Hello, hello, Aquarius. It's your turn for your love reading for the month of October. Hope you all are doing well. Do keep in mind this is a general reading, so it may not apply to all of you, just a few who feel like it resonates the most. Take it as it goes. Leave what doesn't resonate. Just want to keep that in mind just in case people are wondering, are these the clear messages? Just keep in mind that it may not resonate with you. I don't want you to force anything that doesn't resonate, and leave what doesn't work for you. Alright. So, I need to pause it real quick to get the other card. Alright, back at it. I had to add the other cards. I was trying to make it a better room. You know what I mean? To make it more suitable for the reading. Alright, Aquarius. This can apply to any Aquarius, whether you have it in your birth chart or not. You just have to look it up. You can always look it up on your birth chart on either astroseeker.com or cafeastrology.com. So, and whether you're single, in a relationship, non-committal relationship, whatever the case is, this applies to those who feel resonate and guided to. Alright, so we're going to read these first. Basically, what's going on with you and a significant other, and kind of the theme of the energy. This was at the bottom of the deck, so kind of like energy-wise is the Nine of Pentacles in reverse. Alright, so I'm feeling growth, proactive, still trying to wait on things to manage itself out, I'm feeling, Aquarius. Coming into the spread, we have the Magician in reverse, and on your side, and the other person, they have the Nine of Cups. So I feel like there's kind of this kind of mirroring duality versus polarity kind of feel. I don't know why it's coming up, but I'm feeling for you guys long overdue on something, that you've been planting the seed in the relationship. It's funny because I just did a reading in Sagittarius. They got this Two of Cups. So I really feel like it has to do with two people, and maybe two paths coming across each other, two people coming together and resolving any issues, or maybe this is a past person. I feel like there's there has been in the past, or there is unproductive. Maybe it has to do with your money, Aquarius. Maybe it has to do with things unbalanced in the relationship. It doesn't mean that it's suffering in some way. I just feel like, because I recently heard a video on Sagittarius, so you could be dealing with a Sagittarius. I'm not sure, but I know at least one Aquarius is dealing with a Sagittarius where the money's not good, but it's depending on the relationship. So that's kind of feeling I'm getting in your reading. So there could be something in Sagittarius reading that applies to your reading. So you might want to check that out. I'm not sure, but there might be something if you are dealing with a Sagittarius. So I feel like there's this kind of undivided feeling. Maybe someone needs your undivided attention, or you need someone's undivided attention when it comes to a game plan, when it comes to creating. And like usually the great manifestors of the zodiac that I feel like resonates with the Magician is a Gemini, Virgo. Taurus can be a manifestor. But I also think Aquarius are really good about manifesting something into reality, because they work with, the laws of attraction. They're really good with figuring out how they want to implement something. Like they see the whole broader picture. So I'm feeling with you and another significant other, Aquarius, is there's kind of this maybe polar opposite between what each other wants. And I feel like it could have to do with the way both of you think. There could be age gaps, there could be differences in a whole lot of things, because I feel like they ultimately want happiness. And I feel like in some way you're trying to come together with them, but at the same time, I feel like you're having a hard time trying to manifest what it is exactly you want, because you're waiting on something within the relationship to either get better, strengthen, or grow even more flourishing. Because I feel like for a while, Aquarius has been good on the money, but for whatever, maybe it's the other person's having difficulty with money and they're needing the Aquarius to fill this emotional void in the relationship. Maybe it's an emotional, it could also mean you need an emotional fulfillment in the relationship when it comes to finances. Like, it's all on you to implement the resources to get it going, that you've been struggling with. Because I feel like if you're internally dealing with the Eight of Swords, this may be something you're not really vocalizing it, but you're internalizing a lot of things within the relationship dynamic when it comes to this other person. Like, I feel like this person ultimately wants happiness. Maybe it's emotional fulfillment with you. Maybe it's just emotional fear that they're having, because I feel like usually if it's in the upright Nine of Cups, they're satisfied. They're emotionally satisfied with you. Or Page of Cups is new love. This is a new person or a past person. But I feel like it's more of a new, because I feel like you're in the process of coming together as one, or in duality of each other. Maybe synchronicities you're seeing. But I feel like a lot of it has to do with like an imbalance here when it comes to manifesting what you want and their emotional happiness with you. I'm not saying you're doing anything necessarily wrong. I think it's, maybe pent up aggression. Some of you could be really horny. I'm just going to be blunt. Some of you could be really horny. And maybe in some way, or maybe this other person, per se, because the Nine of Pentacles. So I feel like you're far seeing what this person wants, but at the same time you're trapped within your thoughts, or maybe you're trying to get over a past lover, a past dynamic, and you're feeling kind of isolated inside, like you're trying to, recalculate or recalibrate from something that you've lost. It could have been money. Like your finances aren't really balancing out. Maybe it has to do with this other person. Their finances aren't well. Like maybe they don't have a job quite yet, or maybe they don't have their finances in order. So it brings kind of a I was thinking diversion. Maybe you need a diversion in this situation to really come together and really satisfying this other person, because I feel like there's a need for them to be satisfied, or you, vice versa, but it's coming on their end, like something's incomplete, something's not resolved within them, and I don't feel like they're walking away from you, Aquarius. I feel like they're unfulfilled in some way within the relationship, like something. Like, I think you know what's going on at the same time, but I feel like a lot of the struggles is there's an imbalance here with how they're feeling, with how they're wanting things to go, and maybe they want to fill those things or fill the void in the relationship, but they can't. Like, maybe there's an ability to rise up to the occasion because of their inadequacy of themselves, or they don't have it within themselves. You know what I mean? There could be like polar opposite, because it's like recently I've heard of someone, they're an Aries or whatever, and they're going through a lot of, they don't have the resources for medication, and it made them bipolar and act out because they didn't have this fulfillment, or the medication they need for their anxiety, or PTS or something. So I feel like there could be a problem in the relationship with the other person. I feel like there's just torture within you to recover something within this other person. Because I feel like you're trying to do the best you can to be their, you know, maybe protector, their provider, their resourcer, but also too, it's making you feel stuck at the same time. It's making you feel, I don't know, maybe you feel obligated. Maybe you want to help this person get out of this situation that they're in this love dynamic, because no one else can fill that role for them. But at the same time, they need to look within themselves to fill their own cups. But I think there's a lot of dynamic problems when it comes to money and filling that need. So you're trying to do the best you can for you both to come together. You know, there could have been clash. There could have been arguments recently where, you know, this person didn't want to accept it or accept something, and they flew off the handle and they were about to leave you high and dry, and that's probably where the swords are here. They wanted to leave, or they're about to leave or left, but then they came back to you. So I think there's a lot of imbalances here that need to get corrected before you guys can come back in union together. Alright, so what's other going on in the relationship, or just outer relationship, or just in general? Alright, so we have the Three of Cups. This is about celebration, partnerships. There needs to be, like, I feel like reconstitute of the relationship because of this imbalance. And I feel like it wants to bring in a new beginning with this person that you're associated with. But something's uncovering before you to really get things moving. It's just seeing it for what it is, so you can unclear the blockages that have been done. It could have been the Sagittarius that you're dealing with, someone of that nature, because they had to walk away. Someone had to walk away, or maybe it's the idea of walking away to rebalance the situation because it wasn't working out. And I feel like that brought you a lot of pain. That brought you a lot of fears coming up and anxieties because you didn't want this person to leave. I feel like the Knight of Wands, it was kind of in and out. You know, maybe it was a big argument that came up recently, or something of that nature when it has to do with fulfillment in the role or the relationship. And I feel like it really sucked you dry. So the King of Cups here in reverse, I feel like, you know, in the month of October, I feel like things are gonna, you know, come full circle. Things are gonna get better, even though they may not feel like they're gonna get better. I just feel like you have a better chance with this person now that things kind of leveled out. But also too, there's this inconsistency of things unclear, things unsaid maybe that need to get resolved with you and another person. You know, there's a lot of emotions here. I feel like there's a lot of things that really maybe are untucked, not unseen, unheard, unclear. And I feel like a lot of it has to do with how can we proceed forward without feeling stagnant or stuck, or feel like we're in adequacy here. Or maybe this person's feeling like this, where they're done, tired of running and hiding from their problems. They want to face things head on. They don't want to feel lack of inadequacy. So I feel like you will help this person, I was going to say Taurus, maybe you're dealing with Taurus. Help this person move forward, but it's just, you know, where do you see yourself going in the direction? It's just laying it down, the stressors, the points, and maybe just have a broader perception, because your perception, it looks like, is unclear at the moment. If you look at these two cards, you know, this is Queen of Swords, about speaking her truth, and then Two of Wands is expanding your horizons, and it looks like things are a lot of unclear in the future, or currently you're thinking this. So I feel like in October things are going to level out. I think it's just, don't forget to listen to your higher guidance system when it comes to your intuition about, you know, someone who's very emotional. I feel like you've been dealing with some people, Aquarius, who may have been very, I was going to say, uneducated about something when it comes to dealing with their emotions of things. And I feel like you are pretty much helping them through it. to get over whatever is the hold up, but it's a matter of time that you will see the growth and expansion. It's just, don't give up on this person. I don't think this person wants you out of the door. I feel like a new beginning is on the horizon for you both to, freshly analyze the situation, especially when it comes to your finances. We have Mercury going in retrograde in Scorpio, so it may affect your finances. It may bring up some financial hindrances or issues in regards to how you handle your finances. But I think ultimately you both are coming into union. You are both, leveling out your differences, whatever that is, whether it's emotional, unsatisfied within the relationship. So I wish you all the best this month of October in your relationship. Bye bye.